Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Capricorn placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Capricorn, I thought Taurus was next on the list, but it's you, Capricorn, but there may be a Taurus influence coming in for you, or the Taurus reading, which will be next, whenever that is, may have a message in there for you, so keep an eye out for that. But the message that was coming in for you today, Capricorn, was that I feel like you are saying no to something that I feel like whatever this is for you, it's presenting as an opportunity, but I feel like you're saying no to it, and I don't know what kind of opportunity, or it's like somebody, let's say it's a person or something like that, is asking something or like offering something, but you may be saying no to it because there's something about it that's making you uncomfortable, and in whatever way that is, and it's almost like in doing so, you're like, but I feel like there's some aspect of this, Capricorn, for you where it's like you don't know necessarily why something's making you uncomfortable, but you may be getting insight into that shortly, is how it's coming through. Like why, like the example that's coming through is kind of like the times in which I'm sure we've all had, is like your intuition tells you something, and you listen to it. You listen to your intuition. Maybe I should turn this way instead of that way. Or like when you're driving or there's traffic or something, maybe I'll go this way instead of that way. And then later on, you hear about, oh, there had been an accident the way that I originally was going to go on. Good thing I turned there. Like that, it's kind of coming through like that, where it's like you could go straight or you could go down this path, but your intuition tells you to go in a different direction. And so you find out later, after the fact, why your intuition was telling you to do that. Like that's sort of the energy that's coming through for you, Capricorn. So just apply it to your life however it resonates. There is something about like your intuition, or there may be like a new guide for you that's sort of telling you, like, I feel like is sort of like, it's kind of coming through as like there's a guide, take it how it resonates, is sort of like making their introductions through this scenario, is how it's coming through, because it's kind of like it's wanting to continue on with the driving metaphor, right? Like let's say you have like a maps app on your phone, right? Like you have a maps app, GPS directions, where it's like your normal GPS would have told you to go down that path, but this new app, this new guide, this new GPS directions, whatever, is actually telling you to go in a different route, and it's showing you that this new app or whatever it is has some sort of knowledge or something like that. That's sort of like metaphorically, I know it's not perfect, but I feel like it's saying like there may be some sort of new guide coming in for you, Capricorn, that's showing you a different path. So your intuition, listening to your intuition is going to be very important. Okay. So Capricorn, let's pull a couple cards for you. Aletheia, which is the Truth card, which is very interesting that this, like, I always find it interesting, the language aspect of it, because Lethe, I think is how you would say it, means forgetting in Latin or whatever it is, like the river Lethe in Greek or whatever mythology, is the river of forgetting. So aletheia is the act of unforgetting, right? Which is interesting. But this card talks about truth. I knew this card was going to come out. The underworld. The underworld. Okay, Capricorn. I feel like you are coming out of this, though. It does feel kind of like you're coming out of the underworld. And the underworld talks about, like, facing your fears. Sometimes the Aletheia card talks about, like, very harsh black and white kind of scenarios or situations. Hold on, I want to see what it says. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step towards an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Yeah. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Yeah, there's a lot of truth coming in for you. Picasso said, "We all know that art is not truth. Art is a lie that makes us realize truth, at least the truth that is given us to understand." Which is very interesting, that line with Picasso. Because as I was reading that, I was so Picasso's saying that art is a lie, you know, metaphorically, but it reveals a truth. And I was thinking of Cynthia Erivo, who's in the movie Wicked. She recently said in an interview, I think they asked her, like, why do you think humans were born with the ability to sing? And her answer was very spiritual. She said something like that the ability to sing or express yourself through the voice musically is brings us closer to God, right? Like that, it's that kind of like spirituality kind of answer, but also like you can tell when someone's singing if they are truthful or not, right? Like people can lie when they're speaking, but when they're singing, you can feel the truth of it. I don't know if it has something to do with that, Capricorn. Like maybe there's something here for you where it's like maybe there's something to do with like art or expressiveness, like how you express yourself, or like what perhaps artistic ways you express your truth, right? Like there could be something like that that's significant for you in some way. It could have something to do with like your creative process or what you're creating that reveals a truth about something through artistic means, because there is something here about like the expression of truth is undeniable in what you're creating. So it could also be something where it's like your creations, whatever that is for you, is revealing a truth about yourself, or it's allowing other people to see the truth of who you are, that kind of thing. Or there's something significant about the link between expression and truth is just what's coming through with that. So the underworld, though, I do feel like there is this energy that you are coming out of. It does feel like that, of like having faced your greatest fears, and because of that you've grown or you've integrated or something like that. You've learned a truth about yourself, I want to say. You've learned a truth about yourself. That I feel like, okay, wait, I want to get another card. So the underworld's here, but I'm going to shuffle it back in. Yeah, the eternal child came out very quickly with this. The eternal child. This feels like inner child healing. But it's also about like creation, because I often see this as well as like the solar plexus with the sun sort of right in the middle there. The solar plexus, which I also associate with like, of course, creation is more sacral chakra, but if for me, it feels more like your belief in yourself, like how much you believe in yourself to create the life that you want. That's sort of the energy that I'm getting with the solar plexus, especially with the eternal child. So it could have something to do with like some sort of dream you had as a child, some sort of wish that you had, like something very innocent and pure as well. And this card also brings in this energy of joy, like something that brings you joy, a joyful truth. Like, and it's, I wouldn't be surprised if the Nightingale card came out. I'm going to use this deck next, but I feel like there's one more archetype that I need to pull, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Nightingale card came out, because that's all about expressing a desire. And it feels kind of like it has something to do with the eternal child within, like within. So there could be, it's kind of coming through with like Page of Cups energy now, like this innocent and pure expression of what you desire, what you love, right? Like when you're singing, it's just this like pure happiness that's coming through it. Like, well, it doesn't have to be happy necessarily, right? Like the listening to sad songs when we're sad can actually be very helpful as well. Like that, it's that kind of thing. Like it's just pure expression of emotion is just what's coming through, whether that's happy or sad. There may be something about that is healing or helpful for you. But it's truth, right? That's the point. Whether or not it's happy or sad, but normally the Eternal Child card does come in with this energy of joy. Okay, so you have two cards that are coming out. You have the Kiss and the Shaman. And the Gem at the bottom of the deck, yeah. So this card talks about finding like the diamond in the rough, right? Like finding something precious within an environment that is the opposite to that. So there is, with the underworld coming out at the bottom of the deck previously, I feel like you had to go into the underworld, whatever that represents to you, like a period of like pain. Like it could be like an environment or just a period of pain or whatever. Pain, difficulty, fear, sadness, hardship, whatever it is. You had to go into that place in order to find the diamond, which is coming through as being the eternal child, right? It's like you had to go into the underworld in order to find life, right? Because that's where you find the gem, in the place that is opposite to it. That's how it's coming through. With the Shaman as well, like this card often comes in with this imagery of like retrieving something. Like, because now I'm seeing in the Fairies deck, it'll be the Retriever, which is a card about like lost, I almost said witches, lost wishes being returned to you, and like having renewed hope about that. Like, I feel like there's something like that. Okay, there's maybe this energy, Capricorn, of something from the past that I feel like you had to either let go of, or you, like, it was something that you thought was over, maybe. Like, it's kind of coming through like that. So just take it how it resonates. I've been getting a lot of retrograde energy recently, personally, even though we're not in a Mercury retrograde. Maybe there's other planets. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the astrology lately, but it is kind of feeling like a retrograde, but it's like whatever this thing is. So you may be going into the past. Because it could be something where it's like you're going into the past to retrieve something that will be in your future. That's sort of how it's coming through, where it's like maybe there's something from the past that is coming back around, and it could be like a wish or a hope or desire that you let go of because maybe you thought it was over, or maybe there was some sort of ending, or maybe there was something that happened that maybe forced you to let it go, or something like that. But it's almost like there's something here coming in where it's now ready, is what I heard there, but it's now time for it. Like, maybe there was a timing thing that was part of this, but it's like I feel like you had to retrieve something about this situation. It feels kind of like maybe it has something to do with joy or happiness. Like, when I'm seeing this card, it's just it's Page of Cups to me. This is what's coming through with this, like, pure happiness. And I feel like with the Kiss card coming out, it's like it's about to come into your experience. Something is about to come together. Maybe you and a past wish is about to come together, or there's something about that. But it's really wanting to emphasize, though, that you're taking something from the past and bringing it into your future. That's how it's coming through. Not all things from the past will be coming to the future, just the specific thing. It's just what's going through. Like, it's a specific thing. It does feel, because it's like in this card with the shaman, there's a lot of stuff here, but it's like the thing that you'll be bringing into the future is just this thing. It feels like, whatever that means. It's like you're not bringing all the baggage, is what's coming through. You're not bringing all the baggage from the past, but you are retrieving something from the past that will be part of your future. But in the process, maybe, Capricorn, is that it might be bringing up some of the baggage. Doesn't mean it's coming with you. It just is coming up as like you're stirring up the dust. There's things that from the past that need to be released and let go, or cleansed, or transmuted in some way. Like, so just pay attention to that, especially if you're feeling like there's a lot of like disruptive energies from the past that you thought you let go of. Pay attention to that, because it's almost like that's the dust. That's the past baggage that's wanting to be released and cleared. It doesn't mean that that's going to repeat. It just means that, like, this was something that was attached to your dream, or it was attached to this desire, but you are clearing that out. Okay, so Capricorn. I do feel like there's an energy here. Yeah, because you have here the venom. The venom underneath the gem, and then underneath that, medallion and agape. The venom, I feel like, is being stirred up, but that it, like, the venom is something where it was... So usually that card's associated with, like, harsh words and things like that. Specifically the throat chakra, and, like, things that are being said that are venomous or toxic or that kind of thing. thought patterns around a certain dream that you may have had or a certain desire that you may have had. But I feel very strongly that that's in the past. That's how it's coming through. Okay. The rabbit. Okay. Be conscious of this energy because the rabbit talks about anxiety. It also talks about like fear and worry, and that if we focus too much on the fear and the worry, we can end up manifesting that, right? So just be conscious of that. The rabbit card to me also talks about like what is needed is to ground your energy. I feel like maybe there's this like I feel like there's a scenario around you right now that maybe, whether or not it's related to this, it just kind of feels like it's like peripheral to you. It's not, anyways, whatever. There's a scenario and energy around you that feels kind of like it may be causing anxiety or like amping up anxiety or worry, or there's just like a lot of energy coming through, or like, anyways, I do feel like there's something here for you that you need to ground in order to help dispel all that, or to like get your mind off of it. Like the rabbit also comes in with this energy of like feeling like you constantly have to move or do something, or like it comes in with this sense of urgency is what I'm getting with this card. So remember to take a breath and slow down. Whatever it is, it's not urgent is what's coming through. There may be this feeling that you have to move urgently in order to get, or that there's, whatever this dream or desire is, there's, a sense of urgency that is attached to it. Like it almost feels like if I don't do this now, I'm going to lose it. If I don't like grab this now, if I don't like do all these things now urgently, then I'm going to lose the opportunity or whatever. And I feel like that's wanting to like be grounded a little bit. It's not urgent. You can take your time. There's not anything that you need to worry about at this moment. Just like focus on what's in your present. But I feel like in the past, this sense of urgency, or maybe even a fear of loss or a fear of missing out on something, may have actually materialized, is how it's coming through. Because it does feel kind of like it was a dream or desire or hope or wish that you actually did lose out on in the past, and it may be because of this fixation on the fear aspect, right? So Capricorn, just be conscious of that, because this may be coming up again. This feeling of urgency or like fixation is really the word that's wanting to come through with this, like fixating on a goal because you don't want to lose it, right? Like, and it's the part that's wanting to be transmuted or corrected in this is like your fear of missing out on something or losing it, or like that kind of thing. If you focus on that, that is what is going to materialize. So being sure to like ground your energy. I feel like it has something to do with like anxiety or having a lot of energy that doesn't have a proper outlet as well. That could be part of it with the rabbit energy. Okay, Capricorn. The nightingale. The nightingale and the wolf. Yeah. Okay, so as I was saying, the nightingale is the energy of expressing what you desire. And you have Firefly at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Okay. It's this new inspiration and this new wish. The wolf is also much more grounded than the rabbit. Like the wolf, to me, the wolf to me actually comes through because of the fire in the background. It actually comes through with the phoenix energy in this deck, which is the root chakra. So I associate this with the root chakra as well. The phoenix card also talks about like a rebirth, right? Transformation. But specifically in this deck, it talks about like transmuting past karmas. It talks about letting go of suffering. It talks about like strategically burning up things that you don't need anymore, that aren't serving you. It's like learning lessons, doing the work, but it talks about like letting go of suffering. And for me, this wolf card like is the embodiment of the phoenix, or like after the phoenix has risen, this is the form that it takes, is what's coming through with this. And it's because it also comes through with like, for me, the wolf is family, your group. It could be blood family. This card sometimes comes through with the lone wolf energy, like leaving a pack, which can also be related to like transmuting generational trauma, or letting go of suffering, or that kind of thing. So that's why it's coming through with the phoenix. Like integrating all the lessons that you learn from your family, or from a root chakra kind of energy, belonging, culture, all of that. Integrating all the good parts, and then transmuting all the parts that are not serving you, like the negative parts, the generational trauma, the suffering, the lessons that weren't grounded in spiritual love and that kind of thing. Like this wolf card to me talks about like someone who has done the work. And I feel like that's so okay, anyways, there may be something about singing that's important, or like when you actually feel comfortable singing, because like anything like okay, sorry. When you feel comfortable singing, because like again with that energy of like you can't lie when you're singing, right? You like singing reveals the truth of like how someone is, or like there could be something about authenticity or whatever it is. There's so much with the nightingale, but I'm struggling to put words into it. Maybe there's something about this desire or this wish, whatever it is, that is difficult to put words into. It's kind of like if you were asked to describe it, it's like, how would you describe something that is song, right? Like it's music. How can you describe the way that you feel when it's like the way that you feel is music? I don't know. There is something about like this feels difficult to express, perhaps in words. Maybe there's some other way that your heart wants to express itself. Anyways, I'm going to read the wolf card because when I flipped it open, it was on this page. So, the wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching. So maybe there's something about expressing yourself through one of those means. It doesn't have to be exactly one of those, but it does talk about like interaction with other people. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all and exclude none. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to read the Nightingale card as well. It's some... I was just getting there. Like, there's something that you've been missing, Capricorn. Something that you've been missing, and maybe that's joy. Because sometimes the Nightingale card in this deck looks like something that's at a distance to you. Like, it's like a dream or a wish that hasn't materialized yet, right? So it's this feeling of missing something, or that you've been searching for something, or there's this feeling of longing that's coming through. Anyways, okay. The Nightingale is about fearless speech, fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of the other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you haven't been... Maybe there hasn't been... Okay, well, there's this song called Sing, in brackets, to make noise, by Hosier. And there's a line in the song that says, what's the line? It says, at best, like, just like the point of the song is to just sing, to make noise for no reason, just because it makes you happy. And there's a line that says, at best, you'll find a little remedy. At worst, the world will sing along. That's the line in the song, which I think is great. So there is something healing about music, or like expressing your voice, or literally singing, that may be helpful for you at this time. I feel like there's a little bit of like joy with the eternal child and whimsy that's been missing in your life. That's how it's coming through. And it could be something because like you've been worried about something with the rabbit. Like there's like the rabbit also comes in with this like frenetic energy. Like I have to do all these things, like running around in circles, trying to get everything done. That's sort of how the rabbit's coming through. And like if you're in that state, it can be hard to focus on joy and happiness and all of that. But with the firefly here at the bottom of the deck, I do feel like there's some sort of new inspiration that's coming through for you, Capricorn, because it's again feeling like, and this is kind of tying back into that beginning message of like there's a guide here for you that's wanting to come through to show you something, or it's like trying to take you on a detour kind of thing. Like instead of going down the regular path that you usually do, maybe you want to take a detour or go a different way or that kind of thing. Because it's like, that's what I'm getting with the firefly. And I feel like there's this, so if there is a new guide for you, only take that if it resonates. They feel a bit more like playful is how it's coming through, like playful, inspirational in some way. Perhaps has something to do with like creativity. Like I'm getting the word muse specifically. Capricorn. Interesting. A wish will not be granted. The broken wishbone. But that's... There is something like that for you, Capricorn, where it's like... What I was saying at the beginning. Like, there's something that you're saying no to. Like, some sort of opportunity. I feel like that's present. That you're saying no to. Like, a wish will not be granted. And it's what it is this guide or this inspiration telling you to do something else or to go in a different direction. Because there's something else that's like, I don't know, good luck. It does feel like the sort of cliched example of intuition, right? Like that your intuition is preventing you from or like telling you to go a different way in order to save you from something else over there, right? Like rejection is protection kind of thing. But I feel like you're the one who's rejecting something or saying no to something. Or like choosing something else, right? Like that's kind of how it's coming through. The Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So there's that Taurus energy again. So you may want to watch the Taurus reading when it comes out, whenever that is. Hold on. Okay, I'm not going to take those ones. It was the tiger and the owl. Coins. Yeah. Money will be coming to you. I feel like this is just talking about like you're on an like you're being called to an unexpected path. That's how it feels. Firecracker excitement. Yeah. Okay. Then you have basket, recognition, reward for merit at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel very strongly for you, Capricorn. Like it's like saying no to like the tried and true, right? The beaten path. Like that's how it's feeling. Saying no to that, or saying no, whatever it is. Like saying no to like something that you've gone through before. It feels kind of like this feels kind of like a lesson that you have learned a really tough, like, okay, this feels like a lesson from the past that almost feels like it's repeating, but this time you're saying no to it because you've learned that lesson, right? Like that's how it feels. So it almost feels like there's something where it's like something from the past. Again, this is that energy of like something from the past that feels like it's coming back around, but this time you're saying no to the full lesson because you've already done that, but you're just taking the gem. That's how it's feeling, because it almost feels like in the past, maybe there was a lesson that you learned that was really tough, and in some way, it may have taken something from you, is actually how it's coming through. Like the lesson, it's almost like, okay, I'm kind of getting something like, this is, I'm getting this image of like Cinderella. I'm getting this image of Cinderella leaving the ball, where it's like she left her slipper behind, right? Like it's like in her haste to get out of there, she left her slipper behind. And I feel like it's something where it's like that energy of like having to leave some place urgently, leave the underworld urgently, maybe, caused you, Capricorn, to leave something behind that you were meant to take with you, right? Like that's how it's coming through. So there was a lesson in the past that I feel like ended in a way that was like forceful or abrupt, or like you couldn't get out of there fast enough, is what's coming through. There was, and it's like you learned a lesson through that experience, but in the process you left something behind, and it's like there's something happening now that feels like it's a repeat of that or similar or echoing that experience. But now it's like, here's your slipper. You forgot it the last time. We're returning it to you. That's how it's coming through. And part of that feels like your joy or your happiness or your desire, or maybe something to do with like good luck or abundance or strength or excitement or inspiration, right? Like it's all of that feels like it's part of what's coming back to you, like this like pure and innocent joy of wanting to create just because, or wanting to sing just because, or wanting to dance just because. Like it's this like whimsy and happiness and purity and joy that's being returned to you that I feel like you lost in a past lesson that was really tough, that you had to get out of really quickly. And so just be conscious if it feels like that energy is being stirred up again. It doesn't mean it's happening again. It just means that you have to almost like re-experience that energy in order to remember where it is you lost your slipper, right? Like that's how it's feeling. So silly. Okay. But I feel like that's the point. Like I think there is something, yeah, the devil. Okay, first of all, that's your card. So not a bad thing, but I do feel like it is something about like breaking through some sort of lesson from the past that was difficult for you. And it feels like it could have something to do with achievement or ambition or success in whatever way. The Hanged Man, but it's in reverse. I feel like for you, Capricorn, like it's kind of, because I'm seeing this, I know Cinderella is not the perfect metaphor for this, but it's like you had to like get out of something really quickly, right? Like urgently, you had to leave. There was a lesson there, but you forgot something as you were leaving because of the urgency, because of the rush. And it's like, in this period of time, you may have been in a limbo, is how that's feeling, with the Hangman. And I feel like that's what's being like changed, is like maybe there was something keeping you stuck. Like it's really hard to walk with one shoe. Metaphor. It's hard to walk with one shoe. It's like, but so there may have been a period of time where there was slow movement or no movement or stuckness that I feel like is being changed or remedied. And with the horseshoe, there, so maybe again, root chakra is coming through really strongly, or the Earth Star chakra, I think is what it's called, like below your feet. There could also be something about movement that's important, or dancing or something like that, or creative expression through the body, whatever that means to you. I'm also seeing something like, this is so random, but the if you've ever seen those videos on social media of like the hoof doctor, the guy who like scrapes off the like the hoofs of cows where they've gotten an infection or something like that, and he like scrapes off the the hoof to release the pressure that's been in there and the like all the infection, and cleans it up and all of that. That there's something like that. Like there may have been a period of time for you where there was like something needed to go through healing, right? That could also be part of the Hanged Man energy. Like you needed to heal something, so there's no movement, right? You gotta take it slowly, that kind of thing. Especially with the Bull coming out here, 6 of Pentacles. And Tower. Interesting. And the World. Okay, you have 4 major arcana out of 5 cards that I pulled. The only one that's not is the Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Moon at the bottom of the deck. The Firecracker and the Tower coming through as being like destroying something that has been taking up space but hasn't been useful. This card also comes through with this like energy of like the step right before an expansion. Like, in order for you to go through expansion, you have to first make space for it. That's what's coming through with this. And that could also be very exciting. It's also like getting rid of things that you no longer need. But in a way that feels very exciting. And I feel like is closing off a cycle with the, like, especially with these two cards. Because I don't know, I feel like this is one of the only cards where you can actually see the coins in the Six of Pentacles. I can't remember, but that's what's coming through here, especially with the imagery of the coins falling. So there could be some sort of financial consequence of this, like increased abundance or money that's coming to you literally. Take that if it resonates. If it's not that, I feel like there is something that has been needed that is going to start flowing to you, because I feel like there is also something here where the Hanged Man energy, that period of time where there wasn't a lot of movement because you were going through healing, prevented some sort of resource from coming in, whether that's like literal financial or not. Whatever that is for you, doesn't have to be, though there is a strong emphasis on that. That's also being changed and remedied for you. Okay, Capricorn, it's all good news. I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to pull one card from the Energy Archaeology. Actually, they're saying I don't need it. Okay, we don't need it, so I'm going to leave it there, Capricorn. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.